If you're interested in starting an LLC in Ohio, that's a wise decision. Ohio provides great access to funding and ranks highly in ease of doing business in the U.S. In this video we'll guide you effortlessly through the 5 key steps involved in establishing an LLC in Ohio. By the time you get to the end, you'll feel like a pro. Every state has slightly different requirements for forming an LLC. Follow along closely to learn the required steps for creating your own limited liability company in the state of Ohio. Step 1. Choose a name for your LLC. The first step, choosing a name, is simple but can be tricky. A name that is the same or similar to an existing name will be rejected. The best way to avoid that is to check for name availability by doing an online business name search. In addition, you have to make sure the name falls in line with Ohio's general naming guidelines. Luckily, there are just a few. The name of the limited liability company must contain the words, Limited Liability Company, or the abbreviation, LLC, with periods after each letter, Limited, the abbreviation for Limited with a period at the end, or Limited without a period. The name must be distinguishable on the records of the Ohio Secretary of State from the name of any other business entity. It may not include any of the following words without prior approval from the Superintendent of Financial Institutions, bank, banker, banking, trust, or words of similar meaning in any other language. You can learn more about the Ohio naming guidelines by visiting our How to Start an LLC in Ohio page. Once you've come up with a name you'd like to use, it may make sense to nail it down for a website as well. To do so, just click on the link below to check if the domain is available. It's a smart move to register the URL early, even if you're not planning to build your website right away. Domain names affect search results, so having one that's relevant would make it easier for people to find your business on the web. Step 2. Appoint a registered agent. All business entities are required to appoint and maintain a registered agent, known in Ohio as a statutory agent. The statutory agent will be the official recipient of the service of process, which means the statutory agent will receive legal papers if someone sues your LLC. So, choose a reliable statutory agent. Not being aware of pending legal action can have dire consequences. The statutory agent may be an Ohio resident or a business entity with a street address in Ohio that has the authority to conduct business in Ohio. This means that someone connected with the LLC, such as a member, manager, or employee, can be the statutory agent. It's crucial that the statutory agent be available during regular working hours to accept the service of process. That may be difficult if it's you or another individual doing the job, so consider appointing a commercial agent service. Then, you won't have to worry about not being around. Hiring a commercial service will cost, but it's well worth the expenditure. Apart from receiving the service of process, the statutory agent will receive mail from federal and state agencies. If you're looking for a commercial service, we recommend Tailor Brands. They've been in business for many years and have earned a sterling reputation. They'll scan every piece of mail sent to your LLC, allowing you to monitor your correspondence simply by logging into your online account. To sign up with Tailor Brands, follow the link below. Step 3. File the Articles of Organization. The next step to setting up an LLC is to register the Articles of Organization. The Articles of Organization record the name of the LLC, the name of the person who is appointing the statutory agent, the name and address of the statutory agent, and the signature of the statutory agent to show acceptance of the appointment. It becomes a public document, which anyone can access. However, since there is no requirement to disclose the names of the members, ownership of the LLC can remain private. There are 3 ways to register the Articles of Organization. The easiest way is to file online. This means signing up at the Ohio Business Filings portal. Just click Submit a Business Filing to get started. You can also register the Articles of Organization by mail or in person. Both require downloading and completing Form 610 from the Secretary of State's form page. The filing fee is $99, and you can pay by check or money order payable to the Ohio Secretary of State. If your LLC was formed in another state but wants to do business in Ohio, you'll have to file a registration of a foreign limited liability company. This can be done online at Ohio Business Filings or by downloading and completing Form 617 from the Secretary of State's Forms page. The information required will include the name and state where the LLC was formed, the person appointing the statutory agent, and the name, address, and consent of the statutory agent. Step 4. Create an LLC operating agreement. In Ohio, an operating agreement is any written or oral contract between members of an LLC and between members and the LLC. Although it may be oral, it's easy to see why it should be in writing. Establishing the terms of an oral contract may be difficult if recollections differ. In the event that certain terms are not clear, terms imposed by state law will be substituted. This could mean, for example, that voting rights are allocated per capita, that is, each member has one vote, when the intention was for them to be allotted by membership interest, that is, the amount of a member's investment. Even if you are the sole member of the LLC, it's a good idea to have a written operating agreement. It will distinguish your business from a sole proprietorship. In a multi-member LLC, a written agreement is even more important. A written agreement is likely to reduce disputes since its terms can be established with greater objectivity. At a minimum, the written operating agreement should spell out membership interests and members' voting rights, as well as who is going to manage the LLC. Also, note that a copy of the operating agreement is generally required when opening a business bank account or applying for a loan. That's only possible if the agreement is in writing. Step 5. Obtain an LLC EIN, Employer Identification Number. The final step is getting an EIN, Employer Identification Number, which is a federal tax number. The Ohio Department of Taxation identifies businesses by their federal tax numbers, which could be a Social Security number if the LLC has only one member, or an EIN if it has 2 or more members or employees. Ohio does not issue tax IDs. Getting an EIN is easy and completely free of charge. Just fill out the online form on the IRS website. So those are the 5 steps you'll need to complete to successfully create an LLC. A lot of it seems overwhelming, especially when you're just starting up and wanting to learn. Thankfully, with the help of Tailor Brands, everything I've just explained can be done within a couple of minutes with minimal effort. Don't believe me? Well, I'm now going to show you how to use Tailor Brands. Once you click the first link in the description, you'll be taken to the same page as me. First, you want to choose the state. I'll select Ohio and click Get Started. Next, you want to go ahead and put in your business name. For example, I'm going to go ahead and type bookstore. I'm then going to go ahead and check if it's available or not. There we go, this is available, so I can go ahead and click Next. Tailor Brands tells you how they would form your LLC. First off, you need to tell them about your business. You then get an LLC recommendation. You then form your LLC, and they will keep you up to date on your LLC. For the most part, you just want to go ahead and click Next. You then need to specify what stage your business is in. For this video, I'm going to go ahead and choose taking the first steps, and then I'll go ahead and click Next. They ask when you're planning to launch your business, so I'm going to go ahead and choose as soon as possible, and I'll go ahead and click Next. Now you want to specify what your business is about. I'm going to go ahead and say my business is about a library. I'll go ahead and type that in and click that. Then, you need to specify if it's a physical good or a professional service. Mine will be a physical good, so I'll go ahead and click that and then click Next. You then need to answer whether or not you would have hired employees. For my business, because I'm running a library, for example, I'll go ahead and click Yes, and then I'll click Next. After that, you then need to say where you'll be operating from. I will put in a random postal code, and then I'll choose one of these 3 options here. One of them is online, another is at your brick-and-mortar shop, and the last one is on the go. I'm going to go ahead and choose at your brick-and-mortar, and then I'll go ahead and click Next. You can then choose between these options to apply to your business, a logo, a website, a trademark, etc. For the most part, you probably want a lot of these, so I'm going to go ahead and take all of them because I'd like all of them, and then you can also type your own if you'd like. After that, I'll go ahead and click Next. Then there is a checklist for what you already have in your business. For example, if you already have a logo within your business or a domain or a registered agent, you can go ahead and tick these. However, if you do not have any of these, you can go to the very bottom here and click None of the above. For my example, I don't have any of these, so I'm going to go ahead and click that, and then I'll click Next. You then want to go ahead and fill out your basic information, your name, last name, phone number, and your email address. After you've done that, you go ahead and click Next. Tailor Brands will offer to help you get your own EIN, so if you do need help getting your own EIN, you will be charged $99 after your application is reviewed. After you've chosen, you can then go ahead and click Next. Tailor Brands then offers to give you a registered agent, so if you already have one, of course, you don't really need to do this, but if you don't, I highly recommend it because they make your life a lot easier, and they're very flexible and easy to work with. So if you were to choose this option, you will be charged $199 for the first year. Once you've chosen, you can go ahead and click Next. Get Tailor Brands to keep your LLC compliant, or if you don't want to handle it yourself, you can choose between the two. However, if you do choose Tailor Brands, you will be charged $199 annually. Once you've chosen that, you can go ahead and click Next. Then you also get an offer to use their toolkit. So with the toolkit, you'll get a domain, create logos, a website, and an online store, a range of other essential tools, all in one place to set up your business online and reach customers. So I do highly recommend the toolkit as it gives you a lot of other things you can add such as a logo or domain or even a website. However, if you do not want to use the toolkit, you can choose between these two options. After you've chosen, you can go ahead and click Next. Then you can choose to get your LLC faster, so if you go with the expedited filing time, it should come within 2 business days. However, if you do want to wait, it will come within 14 days, so it's entirely up to you if you are in a rush or you want to be patient. If you do go with the expedited filing time, it will come at $49, so it's your choice there. After this, you can go ahead and click Next. You can then choose to get an operating agreement from Tailor Brands, or if you want to figure out that by yourself, you can choose that. Of course, if you do choose to get an operating agreement with Tailor Brands, you will be charged $29, so after that, you can go ahead and click Next. And then based on what you have checked and what you have chosen throughout this little survey, they will offer you a plan. So as you can see, Tailor Brands has offered the Elite LLC plan, which includes the following. I'll go ahead and explain the other plans in just a moment. However, if we go ahead and scroll down here, you can choose to uncheck or check a registered agent and an EIN as well. Now do keep in mind with any plan you choose, there will be a state fee. Now obviously the state fee will be different depending on which state you choose, so please keep that in mind. Of course, if you are happy with what you are getting offered, you can go ahead and click Proceed. However, if you do want to have a look at the other plans, I will now show you the other plans. So there is the light option which comes at $0. Of course, you will have to pay the state fee. This may differ depending on which state you choose. So the light plan, you get an LLC formation and it will be processed in up to 14 business days. Then there is the essential plan which comes in at $199 per year. Just like all the others, it comes with the state fee as well. So with the essential plan, you get annual compliance and it is processed in up to 2 business days. And of course, you get an LLC formation, expedited processing, annual compliance, and an operating agreement. Then there is the Elite plan which is recommended by Tailor Brands and comes at $249 and it is billed annually or yearly. This comes with annual compliance and branding tools, and it is processed in up to 2 business days. Now with the Elite plan, you get the most of course considering it is the highest paid plan. However, it is the most worth paid plan. So of course, you'll get an LLC formation, expedited processing, annual compliance, and an operating agreement. You get a 1-year free domain, 8 free logos, a DIY website builder and online store, a digital business card, a social media post maker, and a business card toolkit. They value this at $432, however the full plan is at $249. So regarding choosing a plan, again it is entirely up to you and your situation. However, I do recommend the Elite plan considering how much more you get with the Elite plan. So after you've chosen, you can go ahead and select which plan is right for you. So for this video, I'm going to go ahead and select the Elite plan. So assuming you are happy with your current plan, you can go ahead and click Proceed and then you'll be asked to choose either PayPal or card, entirely up to you guys. So within a couple of minutes, we went through a process with Tailor Brands and have successfully created our own LLC. So if you have to choose between creating an LLC on your terms or creating an LLC with Tailor Brands, I do believe it is a no-brainer to go with Tailor Brands considering how much they offer for such a great price as well as they do all the work for you without you needing to do much at all. Simply fill out a survey, choose the plan, and there you go, you have an LLC. Now, let's walk you through the post-formation steps. After you've created your LLC, there are some important things you must remember. Keep the financial transactions of your LLC separate from your personal ones. Mixing them may remove the protection the LLC provides, allowing someone who sues your LLC to go after your personal assets. You should open a separate business bank account for your LLC. This will help keep business transactions separate. Besides being a separate legal entity, your LLC should have its own bank account and corporate card. Start building credit for your business. Do a risk assessment to see what types of insurance your business will need, and don't forget that some insurances, such as auto insurance and workers' compensation, are legally required. Get that business website up and running ASAP. You don't want to look outdated. Today, a legitimate business is expected to have a website either to facilitate online transactions or to simply provide information. Finally, make sure you have someone knowledgeable who can keep the books for your LLC and provide guidance on financial matters. Congratulations! Now you know how to set up an LLC in Ohio. We hope you found this video super helpful. For easy access to all the resources mentioned in this video, just refer to the description below. Feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions. Good luck!